All right, let's unlock some serious insights today. We're diving deep into a topic that's not just a buzzword. It's really a foundational challenge for every organization looking to truly innovate. We're talking about how to make artificial intelligence work, not just as lines of code, but as an integral kind of living part of a company's culture. You see, for so many enterprises, the glittering promise of AI is incredibly alluring, right? But the path to actually integrating it, well, it can feel less like a clear road and more like navigating a dense, disconnected maze, especially between the brilliant tech teams doing the work and the strategic vision coming from leadership.
Indeed. That's really the core problem we're unpacking today. It's precisely that often wide chasm between the incredible technical capabilities of developers, the ones who actually build and train these sophisticated models and the high-level strategic expectations, and crucially, the tangible business requirements of management. It's about more than just deploying a new algorithm, isn't it? It's about crafting a cohesive AI strategy, one that organically fosters collaboration, really ensuring that AI initiatives resonate deeply with an organization's unique cultural fabric and its overarching business objectives. Like you said, this isn't just about adopting cool new technology, it's really a strategic imperative focused on driving true business innovation, meticulously balancing development costs, and ultimately enhancing operational efficiency at every single level.
Okay, and our guide for this crucial deep dive is a fantastic collection of insights. It's brilliantly titled AI Strategy From Code to Culture. And it offers, well, it seems like a really powerful roadmap for understanding this intricate relationship, between the engineering teams on the ground and the leadership guiding the enterprise. It details how they can not only collaborate, but truly propel AI initiatives forward with measurable success. So think of this as your essential playbook for achieving that critical, often elusive alignment. Main body, section one, the AI integration imperative and initial hurdles. So let's start at the beginning then. In today's, really rapidly evolving landscape, it feels like every enterprise is scrambling almost to integrate AI into their core strategies. What's really driving this widespread, almost urgent push? Why has AI become such an indispensable strategic imperative right now?
Well, it's a fascinating confluence of factors, really. On one hand, businesses are under immense pressure to innovate dramatically. They need to find new revenue streams, new product offerings, or maybe entirely new ways to engage with customers. And AI offers, frankly, unparalleled potential here, from personalized recommendations to entirely new service models we haven't even thought of yet. But simultaneously, there's also incredible pressure to balance cost efficiencies and optimize overall operational efficiency. AI is sort of uniquely positioned to address both sides of this equation. It promises not just novel capabilities, but also fundamental shifts in how work gets done. And that leads to significant potential savings, faster processes, greater output. So, yeah, it's perceived as a pivotal technology for achieving these multifaceted goals. It's becoming, well, non-negotiable for competitive advantage.
Non-negotiable. Yet even with that clear strategic imperative, the source immediately points out a recurring foundational issue right from the introduction. You mentioned it. The gap often lies in aligning the technical capabilities of developers with the expectations and requirements of management. This isn't merely a minor communication hiccup, is it? It sounds much more like a fundamental strategic misalignment that can derail even the most promising AI projects before a single line of truly impactful code is even written.
You're absolutely right. And this is where the AI adoption dilemma truly takes hold. It highlights several core challenges enterprises frequently encounter. The first, and arguably most prevalent, is a significant misalignment of goals. Just fundamental. Developers, by their very nature and training, often prioritize technical elegance, right? Or algorithmic performance or solving specific, intricate coding challenges. They might, for example, get fascinated by optimizing a model's F1 score to the third decimal point or perfecting a new neural network architecture. Highly technical stuff. And while these technical pursuits are absolutely crucial, if they exist in a vacuum, they can lead to what the source cleverly calls zombie projects. Zombie projects, okay, explain that. Yeah, technically brilliant, state-of-the-art AI systems that are, at the end of the day, utterly useless to the business. They consume vast resources, time, money, but deliver zero tangible value because they simply don't address a real market need or a strategic business objective. In stark contrast, management is focused squarely on business outcomes. Market share growth, revenue expansion, customer satisfaction, or maybe operational cost reduction. So this divergence means that while both groups are working incredibly hard, their efforts might not always be pulling in the same strategic direction. And that inevitably leads to disconnects in project vision and execution.
So it's not just a language barrier like tech speak versus business speak, but a fundamental difference in what success actually looks like, even with the best intentions from everyone involved.
Precisely. And this leads directly to the second challenge, a pervasive lack of understanding of capabilities. Management, especially with all the rapid advancements highlighted in the media, can easily harbor unrealistic expectations about AI's current prowess. They might see AI as some kind of magical solution that can instantly solve all complex problems.
Yeah, the silver bullet idea.
Exactly. Which leads to overly ambitious project scopes, inevitably missed deadlines, or just profound disappointment when reality doesn't match the hype. For instance, expecting a generic large language model to immediately replace a specialized team of, say, legal researchers without extensive fine-tuning and oversight. Well, that would be an example of overreach. Conversely, technical teams might not fully grasp the practical business constraints, or the underlying market dynamics, or the pressing strategic priorities that management is grappling with every day. They might propose a solution that's technically sound, absolutely brilliant even, but it just doesn't fit the allocated budget. Or maybe it clashes with existing regulatory environments, or is simply not what the market is truly demanding right now, leading to these brilliant solutions that just lack practical viability.
Okay, so goal misalignment, check. Lack of understanding of capabilities,
Yeah.
check. And then even if you somehow manage to bridge those two gaps, you run headfirst into the very human element, resistance to change. I imagine that's a universal hurdle for any new technology, AI or otherwise.
It absolutely is. And this challenge, it can manifest at various organizational levels. It's often deeply rooted in an organization's existing culture, its history. Sometimes it's the overt fear among employees regarding job displacement due to automation, which is a natural and understandable concern, of course. But the source highlights more nuanced forms of resistance as well. It could be entrenched departmental silos, for example, teams unwilling to share the data that an AI solution desperately needs to function effectively, basically guarding their turf.
Right, data hoarding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or it might be middle management resisting the disruption that new AI-driven processes might introduce, simply because it changes their established routines or maybe their perceived areas of control. Overcoming this requires far more than just demonstrating good technology. It demands real empathy, a clear articulation of shared benefits, and often a redesign of incentives.
So it's easy to list these problems, right? The misalignment, the misunderstanding, the resistance. But what happens when things inevitably go wrong? Because they often do. And more importantly, how do successful companies actually navigate these choppy waters? How do they turn these challenges into opportunities? The source promises not just problems, but concrete solutions and successful strategies.
It does, and the essence of the successful case studies discussed, while they remain generic to protect company specifics, really highlights common strategies. These enterprises, the successful ones, proactively achieved effective goal alignment from the very outset of AI initiatives. They ensured a shared vision wasn't just a nice-to-have, but a fundamental starting point, non-negotiable. They didn't wait for problems to arise, they established shared objectives from day one. This often involved things like joint strategy workshops, where both business and technical leaders participated equally.
Getting them in the same room early.
Exactly. Defining not just the what of the AI project, but the why and the how, ensuring a deep mutual understanding. They used methodologies like objectives and key results, OKRs, to create shared targets that blended both technical milestones and business impact right from the get-go.
So getting everyone speaking the same language and working towards the same target, even before the first line of code is written, that seems key.
Absolutely key. They also employed deliberate methods to foster a mutual understanding of AI capabilities across both technical and business leadership teams. And this wasn't a one-way street, like tech teams just explaining stuff to business leaders. It was a genuine two-way dialogue. It meant educating management on what AI can realistically do today, its current limitations, the typical timeframes for development, the resources actually required, setting realistic expectations. And simultaneously, it involved educating technical teams on the critical business context, market pressures, competitive landscapes, strategic priorities that management faces. For instance, the source describes a scenario, hypothetically, where an enterprise aimed to streamline its customer support. Initially, the management team, seeing all the hype around AI, envisioned a fully autonomous AI that could perfectly handle all customer queries instantly.
The dream scenario.
The dream scenario, right. But the technical team, understanding the current state of natural language processing and the inherent complexity of human interaction, was able to explain the realistic capabilities. Perhaps an AI chatbot handling common FAQs, to offload human agents by, say, 30%, with complex queries still escalated to human support. This grounded the project in reality. It bridged that gap between ambitious expectation and achievable capability, and it led to a far more realistic and ultimately successful project scope.
That makes a lot of sense, grounding it in reality. And what about that deep-seated resistance to change? That often feels like the stickiest, most challenging piece of the puzzle. How do successful companies tackle that tricky part?
Well, practical strategies for overcoming resistance really involve transparent communication of AI's benefits, first and foremost, plus proactive reskilling programs for employees and demonstrating positive impacts early on. Little wins matter. The source suggests a powerful hypothetical scenario where initial departmental resistance to an AI-powered automation tool was mitigated. Instead of just rolling out the tool top-down, the successful approach involved frontline employees directly in the design process.
Co-creation.
Exactly. They were consulted on how the AI would interact with their existing workflows, ensuring it was seen as a collaborative assistant, not just a replacement breathing down their necks. Furthermore, the company clearly communicated how the AI would augment, rather than replace, their roles, explaining that it would free them from repetitive, tedious tasks to focus on more complex, value-added activities that required human creativity and judgment. And those early successes, even small ones, were highlighted and celebrated across the organization. That builds trust and demonstrates the tangible benefits to the workforce. This isn't just about training. It's about active involvement, empathetic communication, and proving the positive impact of change. Main body, Section 2. Roles, collaboration, and cultivating an AI-ready environment.
Okay, let's unpack this collaboration piece further then. Developers are undeniably at the very heart of building AI systems, the literal backbone, right? But what does their role in AI success truly entail beyond just writing elegant code and optimizing algorithms? It sounds like it's a lot more expansive than just technical prowess alone.
Oh, it's significantly more multifaceted than many outside the technical sphere perhaps realize. Developers make critical, wide-ranging contributions. First, the importance of stringent coding standards. It cannot be overstated. Clean, well-documented, consistent coding practices are absolutely essential for AI projects. Because unlike traditional software, AI models are inherently dynamic. They evolve, they get retrained with new data, they interact with complex, constantly shifting data sets. Good coding standards ensure maintainability, allow for seamless scalability, simplify debugging, which is huge, and crucially, facilitate future iterations and improvements. Without this disciplined approach, even the most brilliant algorithms can quickly become, well, unmanageable technical debt, making adaptation to new business requirements incredibly difficult, if not impossible.
Right. So it's about building a robust, adaptable foundation that can truly grow and evolve with the business needs, not just a one-off solution.
Precisely. And this also extends to the strategic use of collaboration tools. Robust tools are vital not just for seamless teamwork and efficient version control within developer teams for things like code review, but critically, for comprehensive knowledge sharing across interdisciplinary groups. That's key. Think about the complex interplay. A data scientist might be focused on model performance, a machine learning engineer on deployment infrastructure, and a business analyst on how that model actually impacts customer behavior. Effective shared collaboration platforms make that interaction fluid, minimize miscommunication, and really accelerate the feedback loops necessary for rapid AI development.
And given how fast AI research and applications move, I imagine agile methodologies are less of an option and more of a non-negotiable must-have, right?
You're absolutely right. Agile methodologies, specifically tailored for the unique needs of AI projects, are fundamental. Iterative development cycles, frequent feedback loops, inherent adaptability, these are especially critical in AI. Because models are continuously improved, datasets constantly change, and business requirements can shift rapidly as new insights emerge from early deployments or as the AI interacts with the real world. Agile frameworks allow for quick adjustments, ensuring the project stays aligned with evolving business needs and technical realities. They allow teams to learn and pivot as they go, which is just foundational to successful AI development. Can't really waterfall an AI project effectively.
Makes sense. And what about the actual skill sets needed for these developers? Is it just deep learning expertise, or is it broader, more diverse than that?
The source really highlights that skill requirements extend significantly beyond traditional software engineering. It's a blend. AI developers certainly need expertise in machine learning algorithms, sure, but equally important are strong data engineering skills. Understanding how to collect, clean, transform, and prepare vast amounts of often messy data for model training. That's a huge part of the job. Statistical analysis is also crucial for interpreting model outputs, understanding uncertainty, and making robust data-driven decisions. And often, specific domain knowledge relevant to the business problem is invaluable. For example, a developer building an AI for financial fraud detection probably needs to understand intricate financial regulations to build something useful and compliant. So the ability to bridge these different areas and even translate between technical findings and business implications is what truly makes an AI developer successful and a valuable strategic asset.
So it's not just about what you know now, but maybe even more importantly, how quickly you can learn and adapt to what's next, given the dizzying pace of change in this field.
Exactly. The significance of continuous learning is utterly non-negotiable for developers in AI. It just has to be part of the job description. The rapid pace of AI advancements means that specific skills and tools can become outdated incredibly quickly. New frameworks, cutting-edge algorithms, new ethical considerations, best practices emerge constantly. Developers must cultivate a proactive, lifelong approach to learning, whether that's through dedicated internal AI academies, online courses, industry conferences, or peer-to-peer knowledge-sharing initiatives within the company. This ensures they remain at the cutting edge and can consistently bring the latest, most effective and efficient solutions to their organizations, avoiding, technical obsolescence.
Okay, now let's flip the coin. We've talked a lot about the crucial role of developers, but how does leadership ensure they're not just issuing directives from on high? How do they genuinely understand, empower, and effectively collaborate with their technical teams? This sounds like a huge part of crafting a compelling management's vision that actually works.
It is indeed a massive strategic part, and management needs to employ very actionable strategies to foster truly effective collaboration and alignment. One key area is establishing proactive communication strategies, and I mean proactive. This goes far beyond just formal quarterly meetings. It necessitates consistent, clear, and open dialogue becoming a cultural norm. This includes establishing regular, maybe even informal, check-ins, transparent reporting mechanisms that simplify complex metrics so everyone understands them. And crucially, ensuring that complex technical explanations are skillfully simplified and contextualized for leadership. They need to grasp the so what. This two-way street helps developers understand the overarching business rationale behind their work, fostering a deeper sense of shared purpose. And it ensures their technical efforts are directly contributing to clear strategic goals.
So it's about consistently translating between the tech speak and the business speak on an ongoing basis, making sure everyone's really on the same page, understanding the why.
Precisely. And the source highlights the immense value of creating truly interdisciplinary teams, not just notionally, but functionally. This means deliberately bringing together team members from highly diverse backgrounds, not just the technical experts, but also business strategists, legal advisors who understand compliance intricacies, and maybe ethics specialists who can foresee potential societal impacts. This collaborative approach ensures that AI challenges are tackled holistically, considering every facet of a project, from technical feasibility and data privacy concerns to legal compliance and profound ethical implications right from the very outset. It fundamentally breaks down the traditional organizational silos that often inadvertently hinder innovation and comprehensive problem solving, especially in complex AI initiatives.
That makes so much sense. You really do need all those unique perspectives at the table from day one, not brought in later to fix something. And then finally, how do leaders set goals that truly bridge that crucial gap between the code and the culture, the tech, and the business outcome?
This is a real linchpin for alignment. Setting measurable goals that reflect both technical performance and critical business needs. They have to be linked. So instead of a vague objective like, improve customer service, a well-aligned goal could be something far more concrete and measurable, like reduce call center wait times by 25% within 6 months using an AI chatbot that achieves 85% accuracy in resolving common customer queries. End quote. See the link. This provides clear, concrete examples of how technical performance, the 85% accuracy of the chatbot, directly links to a tangible, high-value business outcome, the 25% reduction in wait times. It gives both developers and management clear shared targets and a common understanding of what true success looks like for this specific project. It allows developers to immediately see the direct business impact and value of their coding efforts, fostering a sense of contribution to the larger enterprise mission.
Okay, now here's where it gets really interesting, I think. AI isn't just a technical upgrade or a new set of tools. Our source makes it crystal clear that it often demands a fundamental shift in the very fabric of an organization's culture. So what specific cultural shifts are we talking about here? It feels like this is arguably the biggest, most complex hurdle to achieving that seamless AI integration.
You've hit on a critical point. Cultural considerations are indeed paramount, maybe the most important piece long term. One of the primary shifts is building a truly data-driven culture. And I mean truly data-driven. This means transitioning away from decision-making based purely on intuition, historical precedent, or, gut feelings, however experienced those might be, towards relying systematically on evidence, rigorous data analytics, and actionable AI insights. It requires fostering robust data literacy across the entire organization, not just in analytics teams, promoting widespread trust in data quality and its insights, and establishing robust, standardized processes for data collection, analysis, and utilization. It's about elevating data to a first-class citizen in every strategic and operational decision, especially when that challenges long-held beliefs or comfortable assumptions.
Right. So it's not just that you have the data, but that you fundamentally trust it and consistently use it to make decisions, even when it points to maybe uncomfortable truths or requires changing direction.
Exactly. Second, it involves instilling a growth mindset within teams. This is huge for AI. Successful AI integration is almost never a perfect one-off deployment. It just doesn't happen that way. It is, by its very nature, an iterative journey of continuous improvement, often marked by experimentation and, yes, even failure. Organizations need to actively encourage an environment that embraces experimentation, that views failures not as setbacks, but as invaluable learning opportunities, and understands that AI models will need constant refinement, adaptation, and retraining as new data emerges or market conditions shift. This fosters resilience, speeds up problem solving, and encourages ongoing innovation because teams aren't afraid to try new approaches and learn from what doesn't work perfectly the first time.
And is this growth mindset and data-driven approach only for the tech teams, or does it really have to permeate the entire organization to be effective?
Oh, not at all. It absolutely has to permeate everywhere, which ties directly into the third crucial cultural shift: the importance of fostering innovation at all organizational levels. AI integration should never be confined to a single R&D department or isolated within an IT team. That's a recipe for limited impact. It's absolutely crucial to actively encourage employees across all functions, from core operations and marketing to human resources and customer support, to proactively identify potential opportunities. Opportunities for AI application, for process optimization, maybe even for entirely new product development leveraging AI. This cultivates a vibrant, dynamic, bottom-up innovation pipeline where everyone feels empowered to contribute ideas, where they understand how AI can genuinely enhance their specific area of work. When every employee is looking for AI opportunities, the potential for truly transformative impact on the business just skyrockets. Main body, Section 3. Ethical foundations and strategic tooling choices.
Okay, let's shift gears slightly. As AI becomes increasingly pervasive, it's touching more fundamental aspects of our lives and business operations every day. The ethical questions surrounding its use grow louder and more complex, don't they? Our source rightly points out that addressing these concerns is not just an afterthought or nice to have, it's a profoundly shared responsibility. It seems like a critical foundational pillar for any successful, sustainable AI strategy.
Absolutely. Foundational is the right word. The source emphasizes the critical collaborative role of both developers and management in ensuring ethical AI systems are built and deployed responsibly. This involves several complex layers. First, it's about creating systems that are demonstrably fair, transparent, and responsible. Let's unpack those. Fair involves actively working to avoid bias in training data and algorithms. That's huge, which means meticulously curating diverse data sets, maybe applying advanced techniques like synthetic data generation or adversarial debiasing, and continuously auditing algorithms for unintended discriminatory outcomes. It's a proactive, ongoing process, not a one-time check.
Right, you can't just debias it once and be done.
Exactly. Then transparent means striving for explainability in AI models, particularly in critical applications like credit scoring or medical diagnostics, where decisions have major consequences. This doesn't necessarily mean showing every single line of code, which might not be helpful anyway, but rather offering comprehensible, human-understandable reasons for an AI's decision, often using explainable AI or XAI tools. The source suggests these are critical for gaining user trust, especially in highly regulated industries where accountability is absolutely paramount. And finally, responsible deployment involves proactive impact assessments before an AI system is launched, thinking through the broader societal and human implications of AI solutions, and having robust mechanisms in place to monitor for and address any unintended negative consequences out there in the real world.
So it's about ethics being baked in, designed from the ground up, integrated throughout the life cycle, rather than just being an afterthought or a compliance checkbox exercise at the end.
Precisely. And this also links directly to ensuring compliance with regulations. which is another moving target. The global landscape of AI regulations is evolving incredibly rapidly. We're seeing more stringent data privacy laws like GDPR having implications for AI, and emerging AI-specific regulations focusing on algorithmic accountability, safety requirements, even intellectual property questions around AI-generated content. Organizations need to proactively integrate these compliance requirements into their entire AI development lifecycle, from the initial design phase through to deployment and ongoing monitoring and maintenance. This necessitates legal and compliance teams working hand in hand with developers and project managers, not as gatekeepers slowing things down, but as integral partners in responsible innovation.
And I imagine all of this diligent work, this real commitment to ethical AI, is absolutely vital for building and maintaining public trust, which is a huge, though sometimes intangible, asset for any company these days.
Indeed. Maintaining public trust is not just a legal or moral imperative, it's a profound strategic business necessity. Full stop. User adoption of AI-powered products, brand reputation, long-term market success, these are intrinsically linked to public trust in AI systems. If an AI system is perceived as biased, unfair, opaque, or unsafe, it can quickly erode customer confidence, leading to significant reputational damage, potential consumer backlash, regulatory fines, and substantial financial losses. It's a real risk. The source highlights a general scenario where an AI system faced public scrutiny due to perceived bias in, say, a hiring algorithm. A classic example. In such a situation, a proactive, collaborative approach between developers who deeply understand algorithmic limitations and data nuances and management who understand the profound reputational risks and the importance of clear stakeholder communication could have swiftly mitigated or resolved the issue. This might involve transparently acknowledging the bias, explaining its source clearly, and outlining the concrete steps being taken for correction, fostering trust through accountability rather than defensiveness or denial. This unified front is absolutely crucial for navigating such inevitable challenges.
Okay, shifting from ethics to tools. The market is just absolutely flooded with AI tools, platforms, frameworks. It's a dizzying landscape, and it feels like it's evolving weekly. How does an enterprise, with its unique business needs, its existing infrastructure, maybe lots of legacy systems, how do they possibly cut through all that noise and effectively select the right tools for specific projects? It must feel overwhelming for many.
It certainly can be a true labyrinth of options, as you say. The source provides crucial insights into this complex and highly strategic decision-making process. It's not just a tech decision. First, a thorough review of the landscape is essential, just understanding what's out there. Enterprises need to categorize the different types of AI tools available, things like specialized machine learning platforms from the major cloud providers, or specific natural language processing, NLP APIs, computer vision frameworks, broader cloud-based AI services, or maybe highly flexible open source libraries. Each category comes with distinct general strengths and weaknesses that must be understood in context. For example, open source libraries offer unparalleled flexibility and often appear cost-effective initially, right? Free software. But the true cost of ownership often includes significant internal engineering time for ongoing maintenance, security patches, complex integrations with existing systems, and custom development. Those are details management might easily overlook in initial cost comparisons. Conversely, cloud-based services offer ease of deployment and scalability, which is attractive. But they can lead to vendor lock-in, potentially higher long-term operational costs, and maybe less customization than you need. Trade-offs everywhere.
So it's clearly not just about finding the technically best tool in isolation, but fundamentally finding the right fit for a particular organization's unique ecosystem, its skills, its budget, and its strategic goals.
Exactly. The right fit is key. The insights into selecting the right tools emphasize that this decision goes far beyond mere technical specifications or shiny features listed on a website. It demands a holistic understanding of several critical factors. First, the very specific project scope and objectives. What exactly are you trying to achieve with this AI? Get crystal clear on that. Secondly, compatibility with existing IT infrastructure. Can this new tool integrate seamlessly and securely with what you already have? Or will it create new data silos or security vulnerabilities? Huge consideration. The allocated budget is obviously a major factor, as is the level of in-house expertise available to actually implement, maintain, and troubleshoot the tool effectively. Do you have the people? And finally, scalability requirements for future growth are critical. You don't want to invest heavily in a solution only to outgrow it too quickly or find it can't handle increased data volumes or user loads down the line. Think ahead.
And who makes this highly consequential decision? Is it solely the tech team poring over spec sheets in a dark room somewhere, or does management truly need to weigh in strategically?
Oh, the source definitively stresses the immense importance of fostering deep collaboration across technical and management teams in tool selection. It has to be joint. This is emphatically not solely an IT or development team decision. That's a mistake. Management needs to articulate clear, quantified business requirements and desired outcomes for AI projects. This is what we need the AI to do for the business, and this is the strategic impact it must deliver. That clarity is vital. Meanwhile, technical teams must rigorously assess the feasibility, the integration complexity, the security implications, the long-term total cost of ownership, TCO, and the technical risks of various tool options. This truly joint effort ensures that the chosen tools not only meet the demanding technical requirements, but also effectively support the strategic business goals and represent a wise, future-proof investment for the organization. It's a true strategic partnership in decision-making, where both sides bring their unique expertise, their unique perspective to the table. Main body, Section 4. Measuring value and preparing for AI's future impact.
Okay, so you've navigated the challenges, you've built the collaboration, you've picked the tools, you've invested in AI, built the system, integrated it into operations. But how do you truly know if it's actually working? How do you accurately measure its success and, crucially, justify continued investment in this often expensive, constantly evolving technology? This seems like the point where the rubber truly meets the road, doesn't it? Proving the value.
It absolutely is. Proving the value is paramount. And defining clear key performance indicators, KPIs, that resonate with both developers and management is utterly critical here. They need to speak the same measurement language. For technical teams, success might naturally be measured by performance metrics that are deeply technical. Things like model accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score, maybe inference speed or latency or optimal resource consumption. For example, in a fraud detection system, developers might prioritize high recall to catch as many fraudulent transactions as possible, even if it means accepting a few false positives. Trade-offs. The F1 score, which balances precision and recall, often becomes the developer's benchmark. These are the technical benchmarks that ensure the AI is performing optimally at an algorithmic level, and the teams need to understand the implications of optimizing one metric over another for the business.
Right. Those are clear technical indicators, vital for the engineers. But how do you translate that highly technical stuff into something the business side cares deeply about, like a tangible impact on the bottom line or the customer experience?
That's exactly where the other KPIs come in, demonstrating that crucial link to business value. For management and, importantly, the end users of the AI system, success could be powerfully measured by things like user satisfaction and adoption rates. Is the tool actually being used? Are people finding it helpful? This can manifest as high adoption rates of the new AI tool by employees or customers, positive qualitative feedback from users on its utility and ease of use, or maybe a measurable reduction in user complaints related to an AI-powered service, or a quantifiable improvement in overall user experience metrics. Did the AI make the customer's life easier? Did it solve a business problem more efficiently? Is it being used as intended and generating real value for its users? Those are key questions.
And ultimately, the big one, ROI, the return on investment. That's often what management lives and breathes, especially the finance department. What does that look like for AI?
Precisely. ROI is often the ultimate business metric and involves quantifying the financial impact. This could include direct cost savings achieved through automated tasks that previously required significant human effort, calculating that difference, or a measurable reduction in costly human errors due to AI assistance, preventing mistakes or rework. Or, on the other side, quantifiable revenue generation, perhaps from new AI-powered products that open up entirely new markets, or improved sales conversion rates directly attributable to better AI-driven recommendations or more effective personalized marketing campaigns. The source strongly emphasizes that alignment is absolutely key here. Having KPIs that explicitly connect technical performance, like model accuracy, directly to tangible business outcomes, like cost reduction or revenue increase, is absolutely crucial. It's crucial for securing continuous investment, powerfully demonstrating the AI's value across the organization, and achieving sustained organizational buy-in. If a developer can show their model accuracy improvement directly led to a specific percentage reduction in operational costs or a measurable increase in customer retention. Well, that's a language both sides understand, value, and are motivated by.
Okay, let's look ahead now. What significant future trends and challenges might AI bring to enterprise environments? We're already seeing so much change. How can organizations not just react to these shifts, but proactively prepare and genuinely stay ahead in this incredibly rapidly evolving landscape? It truly feels like the future of work is being rewritten as we speak.
It does feel that way. The source provides compelling speculation on the profound implications and the necessary preparations for the future of AI in business. One significant and ongoing trend is the constant evolution of skill sets required across the entire workforce, not just tech skills. There will be a continuous, urgent need for widespread reskilling and upskilling. It's unavoidable. This applies to developers, certainly, who must constantly learn new AI paradigms, new ethical AI practices, emerging tools and frameworks just to stay current. But it equally, and perhaps even more broadly, applies to other employees across every single department. They will need to learn how to effectively work alongside and leverage AI tools in their daily roles. Adapting to AI as a powerful collaborator, not just a replacement or a separate system.
So everyone's learning curve is going to accelerate dramatically, from the CEO right down to the frontline worker. It's a universal need.
Indeed. And this continuous evolution will also naturally lead to new organizational structures. We're starting to see this already. AI might fundamentally reshape team compositions, introduce entirely new roles that barely existed even a few years ago. Things like dedicated AI ethicists, specialized AI product managers focusing only on AI features, or even prompt engineers who specialize in communicating effectively with large language models to extract optimal results. It will also significantly alter existing workflow dynamics within departments, for sure. As traditional repetitive tasks get automated or significantly augmented by AI, human effort will be reallocated towards higher value, more creative, strategic, and maybe more empathetic activities.
And given the breakneck pace of AI development we keep mentioning, there's really no resting on your laurels, is there? You can't just deploy an AI solution and expect it to be relevant and optimal for years without constant attention.
None at all. Complacency is dangerous here. The imperative for enterprises is to remain incredibly agile, continuously assessing, evaluating, and integrating emerging AI capabilities as they become viable. This constant adaptation is vital not only to maintain a competitive edge, but also to proactively unlock entirely new business opportunities that weren't even conceivable just a short while ago. And, importantly, the source discusses the emerging concept of human-AI collaboration. This is key. It moves far beyond the early, somewhat simplistic fears of AI simply replacing jobs across the board. Instead, it focuses on AI augmenting human capabilities, empowering individuals to achieve more, faster, better, and critically, creating entirely new roles that combine uniquely human judgment, creativity, and empathy with AI's unparalleled processing power and analytical speed. So but developers and management must plan for this synergistic future, focusing on how AI can make humans more effective, more innovative, and more productive rather than less relevant.
That's a much more optimistic and probably more realistic view. Now, it's one thing to talk theory and best practices, all very useful, but our source reminds us of the undeniable power of real-world examples, concrete stories. What are these unified approaches where developers and management are truly aligned, where code meets culture effectively actually look like in practice, and what are their tangible benefits? Because real-world success stories are what everyone really wants to hear about and learn from, right?
Absolutely. And these success stories, though presented generically in the source material, powerfully highlight the essence and the profound benefits of taking that unified approach. They consistently demonstrate how companies that successfully align their technical strategies with their business strategies achieve significant, often disruptive innovation, how they gain a powerful competitive advantage in their respective markets, and realize substantial, measurable efficiencies through their AI initiatives. The benefits are clear and compelling when you look at these cases. Dramatically reduced operational costs, new or increased revenue streams, faster time to market for new products and services, optimized internal processes, and significantly improved decision-making capabilities across the entire organization.
So it's really not just about getting the AI to work technically, which is hard enough, but getting it to work for the business strategically and effectively day in and day out.
Exactly, it's about impact. And these narratives illustrate specific instances where effective collaboration was clearly in action, directly leading to these positive, measurable outcomes. This means clear, continuous communication between all stakeholders. Shared strategic goals understood by everyone, from the data engineer coding the model to the CEO setting the vision. A deep mutual understanding of both technical capabilities and business constraints. And genuinely collaborative decision-making processes between developers and management. For instance, the source describes a generic success story, let's say, of a large supply chain company, a complex environment. This company successfully optimized its inventory management and logistics using a sophisticated AI system. Now, this success wasn't solely due to the brilliant algorithms developed by the engineers, though that was necessary. Crucially, leadership fully bought into the vision. They actively championed the project. They provided the necessary cross-departmental resources and political cover. And they meticulously ensured the AI system was seamlessly integrated into daily operational workflows, rather than being a standalone, isolated tool that people had to consciously decide to use. This unified approach, vision, execution, integration, led to significant measurable cost reductions in warehousing and transportation, dramatically improved delivery times, and ultimately enhanced customer satisfaction due to better product availability and faster service. It's a seamless integration, driven by a unified vision and truly collaborative execution, that truly makes the difference between just a cool tech demo or a proof of concept and a genuinely transformative business solution. Outro.
So wrapping this all up, what does this all mean for you, the listener, navigating the complex and sometimes, let's face it, daunting world of AI integration in your own organization? This deep dive into AI strategy, from code to culture, has, I think, truly illuminated the critical path forward. It emphasizes the indispensable need for clear, ongoing communication, a truly shared vision that transcends those traditional technical and business silos, and an unwavering organization-wide commitment to fostering a culture of innovation, continuous learning, and fundamental ethical responsibility.
Absolutely. The core takeaway, if you boil it all down, is crystal clear. By proactively and strategically aligning technical capabilities with overarching business goals, both developers and management aren't just building isolated AI tools or one-off solutions. They are, in fact, building successful, sustainable AI initiatives that fundamentally drive enterprise growth, that significantly enhance competitive advantage and strategically prepare the entire organization for the complex, evolving future of work. The comprehensive insights we've discussed today serve as invaluable, actionable guidance for any organization aiming to bridge this crucial gap and truly harness the transformative power of AI.
So whether you're a developer pondering how your brilliant code fits into the broader business picture, or maybe you're a manager strategizing your company's next big AI deployment, remember to start with shared understanding. Invest deeply and consistently in cross-functional dialogue. And always, always keep the why, the ultimate business value and strategic impact, front and center in every single decision.
And this maybe raises one final important lingering question for all of us to think about. In a world where AI technologies are constantly accelerating, diversifying, and evolving at an unprecedented pace, how do we ensure our organizations don't just adopt these powerful tools as new features or point solutions, but truly adapt our human talent, our cultural frameworks, our ways of working, and our organizational structures to fully harness their transformative power, ensuring AI consistently serves our business goals responsibly, ethically, and for the long term?
A powerful question indeed. A lot to chew on there. We hope this deep dive has given you plenty to think about and, crucially, armed you with valuable, actionable insights you can apply in your own work. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those big strategic questions.